Good evening, everyone. This is Arshi Khan from M.H. Sabu Siddique College of Engineering, Baikala, Mumbai, Maharashtra. My topic on this particular subject, that is International FTP on Environment and Sustainability, from my own subject, which is Electromagnetic Engineering, is related to electromagnetic fields and its impact on environment and sustainability. Before I begin with this particular presentation, I would like to thank Dr. Vinay Kulkarni for his continuous guidance and his support. Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot. And I'm also thankful for conducting such a wonderful FTP on environment and sustainability, which is the need of the hour. Let's define electromagnetics. Electromagnetism is basically a science which describes interactions between electric charges that may be either stationary or moving. The description is carried out by means of four vector quantities, and they are the electric field, the electric displacement, the magnetic field, and the magnetic flux density. Electromagnetism or EMF fields are basically related to electric fields. The source of electromagnetic waves are basically, for electric field, it is a stationary or a moving charge. So for time varying electric field, it is a moving charge, and a time varying electric field produces a time varying magnetic field, and so on. This electric and magnetic field together make up EM waves. This slide shows the types of EM waves. As you can see, the electromagnetic spectrum is very vast. It is ranging from radio waves to gamma rays. And it is also shown the size of each of these waves. As you can see, the radio waves are about the size of a building, whereas the gamma rays are of the size of an atomic nuclei, which means they are very, very small. There are various applications of EM waves. The first and the foremost application is your mobile phone, which is mostly used. So this EM wave will not need any medium for its propagation. It can travel through air. As you can see, there are numerous applications of EM waves, starting from satellite communication to radar systems, astronomy, radiotherapy, radiography, short-range communication, remote controls, crystallography. It is also used in cancer detection. Now, what are the exposures to EMF or electromagnetic fields? There can be three types of exposures. Number one, according to WHO Report 2019, it is personal exposure, which is possible because of the monitor, oven, Wi-Fi, mobile phones, and a number of devices or appliances which uses electromagnetic fields. Second is occupational exposure, which is base stations, which are mostly used for mobile communication. So base station levels of exposure correlated with proximity to antenna. And the third is environmental exposure, which is what we need to study. Broadcasting sources, PVC welding machines, and induction heaters are responsible for exposures to EMF. Now, what are the effects of EM radiation on environment? High energy microwave radiations at a frequency from 300 MHz to 300 GHz are said to be carcinogenic, and they cause thermal effects, increasing the temperature of exposed organisms, though it hasn't been proved yet that they are carcinogenic. In May 2011, in Lyon, France, the International Agency for Research in Cancer and WHO qualified the electromagnetic fields of radio frequency as increasing the risk of developing malignant brain cancer, which is associated with the use of mobile phones. A lot of study has been done on this. Effects of EM radiation on environment is basically man-made exposure. Exposure to man-made EMF is on the increase due to electricity demand, ever advancing technologies, and change in social behavior. Now everybody is exposed to a complex mix of weak electric and magnetic fields, such as using devices like mobile phones, home appliances, and so on. Globally, an estimate of over 3.7 billion users use mobile phones, and the number keeps growing. Current technologies have become a source of omnipresent electromagnetic pollution from generated electromagnetic fields and resulting electromagnetic radiation. In this case, electromagnetic pollution is much stronger than any natural source of electromagnetic field or radiation. The harm caused by this pollution is still open to question as there is no clear evidence and definitive evidence of this negative influence on humans. Flight performance of insects can be impaired in electric fields above 1 kilovolt per meter. This is another harm to the insects. Now, significant effects have been shown for bees when their hives are placed under electrically conductive wires. Uninsulated or unearthed conductors in an electric field can become charged and cause injury to animal, birds, and insects. Now, according to WHO, 12.6 million deaths every year are attributed to unhealthy environment, nearly 1 in 4 of total global deaths. WHO guidelines are as follows. WHO suggests that for high-level short-term exposures to EMF, adverse health effects have been established. International exposure guidelines are designed by WHO to protect the workers and public from the effects. According to WHO, it should be adopted by the policymakers from industries and so on. EMF protection programs should also include measurements to protect from sources where exposures might be expected to exceed a limit value. WHO suggests that regarding the long-term effects, the government and industry should promote research programs to further reduce the uncertainty of scientific evidence on health effects of ELF field, as there is no such particular evidence which is there or any particular finding which promotes the particular logic that the extremely low frequency EMF fields are carcinogenic and they causes brain cancer or health deterioration in children specifically. WHO also suggests that the member states should establish effective and open communication programs which may include improving coordination and consultation among industry, local government and citizens in planning process for ELF, EMF emitting facilities in order to conserve the environment and promoting sustainability. WHO guidelines when constructing new facilities and designing new equipments, low-cost ways of reducing exposures may be explored, which will save flora, fauna, and an environment as a whole. Now, what are the future risks? According to WHO guidelines of 2019, a report which is published by WHO, 5G devices and networks are yet to be implemented, and 5G devices and networks will have very high frequency. So this will lead to overall exposure to radio waves. Now, ICNIRP, which is basically a part of WHO, is currently revising its radio frequency guidelines. The critical effect of high frequency exposure relevant to human health and safety is heating of exposed tissues. So this poses a health risk. 5G is the future, as everybody knows, but 5G poses serious health hazards or health problems in humans. Steps need to be taken before it is properly implemented, specifically in India. Dr. Tedros Adhanom of World Health Organization says, I envision a world in which everyone can live healthy, productive lives, regardless of who they are or where they live. I believe the global commitment to sustainable development, enshrined in the Sustainable Development Goals, offers a unique opportunity to address the social, economic, and political determinants of health and improve the health and well-being of people everywhere. Thank you. Thanks a lot.